Hello, everybody, and welcome to the beginning, or at least the finish, whatever you want to call it, of the first week of the Link to the Past Randomizer 2023 main tournament. We're a week into this, and today we got another exciting match from Group U, featuring GFE and Acmlm. We got Mick Boss for you today. This is Acmlm's first match in this particular group, and GFE is looking for his first win after going 0-2 against Gilgamesh and JJo. I am TJ Maelstrom. Our tracker today is Sadras316, and I am joined in the commentary booth by Drossi. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. This is exciting. Fun fact, both of these runners are previous fourth place winners in the main tournament, so you don't get to see two runners who have done that well in the tournament get to face off with each other very often in groups.
And it's very rare you hear a fourth place statistic popping up.
Yeah.
That's
we have a lot of former fourth place runners in the tournament this year for some reason.
And it looks like we're off. Wow, that's a hammer.
Yeah, bank start is the way to go.
Just pull it out of the chest. It's the sacred hammer. Sacred hammer of Shadow Man in the light world? Okay. Alright, okay. So we got a GFE using the looks some Mega Man mix MSU going on. So it's definitely Mega Man 3.
Yep, and Acmlm says that he's just using vanilla audio, so we may get to hear some of the rare vanilla audio tonight.
It's rare these days, isn't it?
Whoa, I'm gonna be too distracted by this music.
I know, right?
Acmlm also taking the lower route. He did farm a bomb. That's a lot of money on race game. I wonder if this early he'll want to get it just to have it.
This early resources, maybe? I don't know. He's going really aggressive with this.
Yeah, because I was thinking you get that much money, then you can buy bombs to your heart's content. But no, he's saving his one bomb.
Yeah, I think he went this route just for the bush bombs on the way to Kakariko. I'm not really sure what the plan is following this. We'll see. This is I've never seen an opener like this before.
Meanwhile, GFE of late has been doing the cack skip. There's Blue Mail, which is pretty nice to find in the back of the tavern. Looks like GFE is at least going to do an Uncle play, maybe front of Escape too.
Here we go. This was ACL. I'm just gonna call it an AC. Operating off the gas station here. There you go. This is an interesting way to start getting your resources. Just pouring out hearts for GFE here.
Yeah, 2 full heart containers in the first 2 minutes. That's actually pretty nice. Especially given the hammer's crazy hitbox.
Oh, the hookshot. Yikes.
Wow, if we can get to Death Mountain, we'll have access to a lot of it.
It's so comfortable seeing a hookshot early. Alright, we have a first compass, but it's the wrong kind of compass. By the way, some details on this particular mode, Mick Boss, as it's affectionately known. This is a map compass shuffle, so the maps are shuffled, the compasses are shuffled, and the bosses are shuffled amongst the dungeons. So you're going to see some weird stuff happening in the boss rooms in this. The compasses have a function, and that function is to tell you which boss is inside the dungeon with a map check. There's something for AC. That'll work out. And now we can get up the mountain with this hammer and compass to beat the probably fire-locked boss up in Tower of Hera, which we can use that for. Okay. Yep, okay. This is all leading to a cold stare in Tower of Hera, isn't it? Like, I see where this is going already. I almost always see a cold stare in that particular part in this mode. So there's, yeah. Go to Hera. Okay, this is kind of loaded here. Usually because the maps and compasses are shuffled, you see a lot of density inside dungeons. Wow, this is just pouring items out. Yeesh. And a bottle. Okay. To activate the flute, probably turning the bottle of the sick kid. GFE looking like he's setting up a death warp here. Be careful. Just shoot that fire rod, homie. Not going to cost you very much. Oh, whoa, no ammunition. All right, looks good. Looks good. All right. Finally, our first piece of junk. All right, so both GFE and Acmlm are getting some really good stuff in their opening routes here.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that GFE doesn't have this glove because, I mean, I guess Dark Cross may not have a key in the keys in the back of Escape, but yeah, otherwise if he does find a key here, he'll be going to the back of Escape the long way.
With a fire rod, that won't be too terrible. Maybe get some resources off these ropes here. Nope, no such luck. He's kind of hurting for cash and some bombs, but a trip to Kakariko, I guess will alleviate that. As well as give you a billion other things, apparently. Alright, so that's the Turtle Rock map, which is a map I'd like to see early. Because I always know... Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter in this mode, does it? We don't know if we'll need the ice rod anywhere.
At least not until we know where Trinex is.
Yeah, you see getting his hammer.
GFE doing his patented everything but CAC routing. But I guess with the bow and the fire rod, we can do Eastern, and we have the hook shot, so I guess we can beat, theoretically, any boss but Trinex.
Yeah. Yeah, we can... Vitreous is going to be a little hard.
I mean, hammer and bow Vitreous is perfectly possible.
It is possible, just really hard.
At least Eastern gives plenty of arrows.
True. We don't have a compass for Eastern, so we can't see what's in there. But here's the thing about Eastern Palace right now. AC went to Kakariko and pulled half magic out of there. GFE is going to go in there without it. So if there's, let's say, a cold stare in there, he's going to have to explore things in the dark or just hope for some lucky magic drops. Because otherwise you won't have enough magic to crack the shell.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about... Yeah, Eastern doesn't really give you much magic.
Alright, so AC is saving and quitting out of the Uncle and not doing Escape, so he's going to miss out on that fire rod for a while. And the bow, I think. The bow was down there too, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that could give GFE a bit of an advantage. Of course, Acmlm has a bit of an advantage with the glove and the flute.
Yeah, but GFE is going to get that.
If he ever does CAC.
Well, okay, here's the thing about CAC. Here's the thing about Kakariko. You don't ever really skip it. It's just delayed. You delay it.
Who was it I saw recently do like a 30-minute sank check?
I don't know. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be AC here.
Oh, Mini Moldorm's so close to the 5-er. Big 20s in 4 out of the 5 chests.
Sometimes you just... What the... What? You ever call a taxi and it just rides right by you? That's exactly what just happened.
Now, this is unfortunate with ACM on the mountain without either the hammer or the hook shot. So just to check Spec Rock.
No, he got the hammer.
Oh, he got the hook shot. It's not on...
Yeah, definitely.
And the hook shot. Right, he got both of them. They're just not on his tracker.
Right.
We've been having problems with the tracker app updating.
Apologize for that.
There they are.
I have a small concern. The small concern I have is that, like I said earlier, I believe that there is going to be an ice boss in Tower of Hera. Ice Boss has a name. It's Cold Stare.
I think that's going to be in Hera.
Well, we got the Fire Rod mad early there, and
yeah, true.
These items are just pulling you right up to that place.
Though the Eastern Big Key was not vanilla, so the Fire Rod could just be to put the Eastern boss in logic.
Yes, that is also true. I guess we'll see once we actually see what the Eastern boss is. Nice sword. Good pull.
Logically locked by the lamp, so that's also kind of interesting.
This seed has been very generous with the opening items. Got some good stuff here.
Sounds like chat wants to see a menu boss if we have Argus here.
All right, GFE, be really careful with this magic. You might need it. All right, there's a small refill right over here. Not quite enough.
Yeah, I think he was killing those popos to see if they'd do a magic drop.
Don't think AC got very much out of Paradox Cave there, just a boomerang. Mitts and Mirror, never mind.
Yeah, he did also pull the red meringue in there at some point. Okay,
there we go.
There's, yeah.
what a lucky drop. You'll love to see it.
Some days the enemies are just in the right prize pack for what you need.
Facts. All right, what we have? It's a Trinex.
Oh!
Well,
yeah, not beating that, but hey, at least we know the Ice Rod has to show up. Well, we don't know if that's a crystal or a pendant.
We don't. So the Fire Rod could still be putting that boss into logic. We just need an Ice Rod to accompany it. That is the Trinex Summer Home. Yeah, I don't fault GFE at all for going in there with a collection of items right now. That is the one boss that we couldn't do. AC stand up a Hera pot. We're going up. We have no idea what boss this is going to be. Although I'm pretty sure it's going to be Cold Stare.
I mean, there are only 5 possibilities for the Super Tile Moldorm platform here. Moldorm itself, Cold Stare, Vidi. Oh, there's Ether sitting there in Hera.
Wow, a vanilla Moon Pearl.
Wow. Is this even randomized?
Mostly. Not completely, apparently.
But yeah, and then the other 2 are Helma and Moth that it could be.
Almosor's doable. Bombs will get the job done. We got a nice little hammer. Moth is just basically a free boss anywhere you go because the true boss of Skullwoods is the room.
Was that a shovel on Desert Ledge?
I did not look.
It was kind of quick, but it looked like a shovel.
Let's see what we got. It doesn't look like Cold Stare. I'd see the shell by now. Oh wow. Okay, is this randomized?
Depends how many eyes. Okay, Moldorm has like 6 eyes.
I like the 6-eyed one.
Chat confirming that is a shovel on Desert Ledge, so who knows what that may or may not lead to.
Looks like we'll have to go to the basement if you want something. So maybe that's...
right. Wait. There are 4 items in here rather than the normal 2.
That is...
MC Shuffle.
That is correct. So maybe that's what the Fire Rod is for. I'm very curious to see how the Fire Rod is going to pay off.
Oh, yeah, right. ACM can't actually do the basement. He doesn't have a fire source.
Right.
Well, fortunately for GFE, he can't do the mountain without going to Kakariko.
Probably not going to be very happy to see that flute. I would have put this in the light world. It's happy. And this in the dark world, because it's Shadow Man.
Yeah, GFE could have saved a lot of walking if he'd gotten that flute by now. Oh, I think I missed the mirror. Was that on the mountain?
It was it was in Paradox alongside.
Oh, with
them.
the mitts.
Yeah. So
Okay, I knew the mitts were there.
Yeah, this is a nice position to be in. Looks like Pod is a pendant.
And Ice Palace was a crystal there.
And Hera dropped a crystal from what I saw. GFE is going where? In the direction of Kakariko, I suppose. No boots. Very nice.
Gotta go fast. But yeah, GFE should get to the mountain soon enough, so ACM isn't going to have a boots advantage that long.
Yeah, those will get found. No problem. It's just a question of GFE, it's kind of just dragging along here.
And Turtle Rock is its vanilla quake today.
GFE found a TR map, so we can probably get that information if he does a map check in the Dark World. Hookshot Cave, not looking exciting right now, but then again, we did find a lot of stuff.
Ooh, a pod compass, so we can see the boss that we hope we never have to beat.
Correct. We do have a bow, so something's going to want us in there. At least that's what I'm expecting.
Well, I mean, the bow could just be for Eastern.
Could be. We have yet to see an ice rod. Because that's the only thing that the bow is going to be locking. And I think as this ice rod were intended to show up, it probably would have been found already. And there's
Our
an basement. Oh, maybe.
That would be kind of funny if our basement has the ice rod. But also, you know, we have full Dark World access already.
Mm-hmm. With the hammer and mitts, too, so we got a lot of places to go.
Yeah, so there's a ton open to us.
Yeah, we just found that Easter map, too, so we can actually see if we need to beat that Trinix for anything.
Bottles showing up left and right.
Quite literally, actually.
Color. Yes.
One for GFE on the left, and one for ACMLM on the right. There's that flute I'm sure GFE would have liked to have seen 10 minutes ago.
Expressing his pleasure with that bomb.
Like, oh boy, I could have done that in half the time, boy howdy. That's not what he sounds like, I promise. That's not.
But meanwhile, ACMLM is going to Skull Woods, which he absolutely cannot complete without the fire rod.
So, nor without the sword that's in Eastern Palace, so...
Oh, also true. So GFE will be able to do Skull Woods as a one-shot, and since we already have 2 pendants accounted for, it's extremely likely that it's going to be a crystal.
Now, one of these guys does have a compass to this dungeon. I'm not sure if...
ACM does, because you can tell because it's showing the item count.
So he does. So it is. I knew that. I play cross keys. Might do a map check when if and when he decides to commit to this. More stuff. All the stuff.
Yeah. Fetch quests galore because besides that powder, we know that we could go to the mire area and mirror to grab that shovel as well.
Yeah. Not to mention the fact that that's going to be a nice and clean route if we want to do Smith Chain. It's going to be right there. Nice time to get it. See if you're doing the back of Escape here? Yeah, I think so. Employing a unique strategy of going everywhere the seed is telling him not to go. Or rather, not going to the places the seed is telling him to go. I like to call that Costanza routing. If every instinct I have is true, then the opposite must be the way it goes.
Okay, he's got the flute out. Maybe this is a flute to 1.
There you go. Okay.
Did ACM rescue the old man? I don't remember him doing
I
that.
don't believe he did.
I mean, it's out of logic, but most people do it just for the save point.
Well, GFE's going to get that helipad. We haven't seen a lamp yet. There's 2 things currently locked by the lamp, and that's whatever this is, and the sword that GFE's holding.
Which also makes doing this in the dark quite a bit easier.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not that hard. It's just a little time-consuming. I mean, you're going to be walking real slow with this dude anyway, and it's nothing. Blue blocker. AC is not committing to the Skullwoods. I don't believe he checked what boss was there. Just probably without the sword, thinking not even worth bothering.
Without sword or fire rod.
Yeah.
And that's a vanilla piece of heart on bumper ledge. Not going to get that.
Yeah, probably not going to get that map either.
But this looks like a graveyard ledge check.
Yeah, the way AC just did this boot checks, this is a little bit isolated, so I kind of like this. And getting back to the Village of Outcasts with the flute and mitts, not all that long, so this is fine. And
not even grabbing that map that you're right on top of.
Yeah, I might have picked that up, but you know what? Sometimes not knowing is better. Sometimes not knowing is better. Like, knowing if a dungeon is a pendant or crystal definitely affects your judgment when deciding to go do it.
Oh, definitely. But I feel like if you already know 2 pendants, at that point, you just want to know the 3rd.
I would agree with that. I wonder if GFE is going to do Hera Basement. Alright, so here's the thing about Thieves Town, is that in this mode, Thieves Town becomes a completely different dungeon. A rather dangerous dungeon, if you ask me. The boss is not locked behind the skylight, so you don't actually have to go to the attic to get it. You can just go right into the boss room, and it's just sitting there for you to dispatch.
Which means that people generally don't go to the back unless they're really feeling like a gamble, because that takes several minutes for only 3 checks.
It's a very long, winding dungeon otherwise, and the only reason we put up with it is because you have to do it that way.
And if the small key's in the back, it's only 2 checks to do the whole back, but I've certainly seen many times that a useful item has been back there, like, you know, Samaria or Ice Rod or...
Yeah. A while back, I did the math on it. I rolled 100 MC boss seeds, and okay, I'm gonna get to that small key real quick. And out of 100, 18% of them had progression in the back of Thieves Town.
Wow.
Which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's...
That is a decent number. It's not like 5.
It's a chunk. It's a chunk. And considering the fact that AC just found that small key in the front, that means there's more items in the back now. More chances at it.
And GFE, with where he just found the stuff on East Death Mountain, he's actually doing Dark Death Mountain before Hera, which will be good for him because he will get the boots right now.
Yeah. Probably feel really good about this. This is why they call it Super Bunny Cave. And AC is committing to the rest of Thieves Town. And having found that small key in the front, I definitely respect this decision.
Oh, right. I totally Okay, so, we now know that TR is a crystal. I totally forgot that, of course, GFE doesn't have the Vanilla Moon Pearl since he hasn't been into Hera.
Correct. And I saw that green pendant was Misery Meyer.
Yeah, I think both runners talked to Saha in any case.
I must have missed that. I saw them get the items, but I didn't see the conversation. I did see the conversation, I just didn't think it at the time. Anyway, I'm very curious to see what's going on both sides here. We got GFE and Tower Hera with a fire rod, so come to the basement.
Okay, so ACM, maybe because he hasn't played in many years, isn't used to not bombing the ceiling, so he's just on autopilot here through Thieves Town.
Ah, yes. That was my work.
Because Atomizer wasn't a super popular mode in like 2017, 2018.
It was also default palette shuffle.
Yes, I remember those days.
GFE getting a nice little Hera pop. Well, let's see if there's anything back here. GFE is getting his Vanilla Moon Pearl. Fun.
Also gives him, having the boots before coming in here gives him better routing because he can just bonk off the big chest to get back. See how he does with Six-Eyed Moldorm. And back of Thieves Town was junk.
Yeah, I guess that's 82%, right? I definitely should have gotten that number much faster than I did. All right, now let's see if GFE goes to the basement. I don't think. Oh wow. Okay, just another Moldorm. So that's our first double.
Yeah, and since this is full randomizer, that means there are 3 doubles, no triples. So that's the only other Moldorm in the game.
If he's going back in, Thieves Town is Garbaccio from the front to the back.
But it's a crystal.
Yeah. I would like to see AC do a map check in the Light World for purely selfish reasons, because I want to see if Eastern Palace is necessary. Because he did pick up an Eastern map. I picking this Duder man up before the dig game, huh? Okay. I wonder if he's going to skip Hammer Pegs since he can't item dash the pegs without a sword.
I mean, I've seen people do Hammer Pegs the slow way. Now he has a sword. Problem solved.
Just another blue blocker on the back. No big deal. That's 2 shields we found.
And
fight.
That sword was vanilla, by the way.
So it was. Yeah. Who turned that on? Don't remember. I don't think there was anything interesting in this Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, this was junk, but...
There you go. Rewarded for his patience, isn't it? Like, here's a sword. Now you can hit the hammer pegs. Oh, gee, thank you, Mr. Smith. You're the coolest. Well, oh, yeah, okay. Thanks, hammer pegs. You're the worst.
So is GFE gonna... He has potions, so it looks like he's just gonna cheese Spike Cave with potions.
I like this. I like it. That pretty much clears the mountain off for GFE completely.
And he found a fairy behind one of those bushes that people always slash for fairies and never actually turn them up.
Hey, sometimes somebody's got to... Even the casinos have to pay out once in a while or people just won't play, right?
Right.
Brute Force and Spike Cave has earned GFE Paint the Samaria.
Whoa!
All right.
That's kind of big. Especially since we know TR is a crystal.
Yeah, just check everything. Check literally everything.
So GFE is coming up with all the goods, just not in a great order, but better to come up with them than to not come up with them, which is where
Right.
ACMLM's at.
Yeah. So GFE has been getting really just paid off by his sort of very thorough routing going on here. Just stumbling into all the stuff kind of earliest, show that his... There's the eastern map. Okay, now I guess GFE can check that. Yeah, I guess if you just check everything, you miss nothing. And sometimes you just find the stuff along the way. It's a pendant. We don't need that Trinex.
Oh,
But
interesting.
Johnny Two Bombs has the guy's run anyway. And the lamp. And the cape.
So that now actually puts that Samaria in logic.
Sure does. And it was Quake for Turtle Rock, wasn't it? Yeah, so we can't get in with that ether. But maybe Misery Mire? It is Green Pendant.
Yes, and we apologize for the tracker problems, like, as you can see, like, it'll do nothing for 5 minutes and then suddenly update all at once all the inputs that our trackers put in. So
There's your Quake, right on purple chest.
oh, well, there we go.
Just
So thank
throw
you,
it-
Sanders, for bearing with our tracker problems.
Now, AC seems like he's well ahead of GFE here, and the GFE is just following in his wake. Except for the fact that GFE pulled a fire rod and a bow down in the escape dungeon. Which,
Yeah, it does make you wonder what the early bow is for now that we know that both Eastern and Pod are pendants.
yeah. We may not even need that bow.
I mean,
Oh, really? Do we need the fire rod for Skullwoods? We need that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what if Trinex and Eastern is sitting on the flippers?
What if, indeed? That could be a thing. Maybe we just went into Hype Cave and just pretty much put that Trinex all the way back into Logic. We do have another sword off of Smith Chain. And there's your shovel.
I assume GFE will do desert here. Yep.
Yeah.
No reason
really-
not to.
Yeah, there's really not much we can't do anymore between GFE and AC.
Right, I think ACM can probably beat any boss at this point. No, he doesn't have a way to beat Cold Stare.
Yeah, it doesn't have a fire rod, no. Funny how they both wind up in desert at the same time, though. I also like how they have two completely different fighter swords.
Well, at least we know where Master Sword is. I expect GFE to get that.
At some point, yeah, he hasn't been to Thieves Town yet.
Yeah, like, GFE is a crystal behind, but at the same time, once he goes to Village of Outcasts area, as we were saying before, he'll almost certainly get that Skullwoods crystal. Skullwoods can't have a Trinex, so he can beat whatever boss is in Skullwoods.
Yeah. Although if it's Vitria, it's going to be a little, agitating. But I'm sure he can handle it.
Again, he's got a bow, which
Yeah.
can do most of the fight right there.
And I
Like-
think isn't that color red mail for that sprite? I think it is.
Yeah, Red Mail was in Mireshed.
That was a blind, I think. I just caught a glimpse of it.
That was an extremely fast check, but I'll
Yeah.
believe you if you say blind. Chat confirming blind.
Yeah. It's funny how it only came up visually for a split second. Nope. I think the only items we haven't seen yet are Bombos, which is a maybe for Misery Mire if we need to get in there.
I thought Meyer was confirmed Ether.
It wasn't? Okay. All right, there you go. That's where our flippers are then. Could flippers be on pedestal? Yes, they could.
The line hanging out around the top, which makes him really annoying to try to hit.
Yeah, these non-vanilla rooms for some of these bosses are really really give him some more advantages, which is fun. That was really funny.
And getting that Samaria worked out well for GFE.
Sure did.
We'll see what strats Acmlm does for the blind fight.
I would imagine hitting blind with a sword about 9 times.
Well, if he's way up at the top of the screen like that, that's going to be tough.
Yeah, we have like, what, 13 hearts? Whatever.
And red
Tank
mail.
it. Let's tank it. Does GFE go into Mire here? Somehow I don't think so. There's plenty of crystal dungeons to do.
Yeah, I mean, he has Skull Woods and Thieves. He knows... I'm pretty sure he knows those are both crystals, that he has knowledge of all 3 pendants.
Well, even if he didn't, like, those are completable dungeons. Is this towards Type Cave? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he has mitts, so he may well just come at Village from the bottom.
Yeah.
And Acmlm also has Blind down, so that's 3 crystals to 2.
Flipper's still incommunicado with the rest of the seed here. Oh, this is interesting. I did call Flippers would be in here.
Ooh. Remind me where Quake was?
Purple chest.
Oh, right. So GFE will probably get that, and then he'll just be Flippers from Go mode.
Yeah. Although the route GFE's taking kind of puts that a little awkward. With the flute, it should be alright.
Yeah, he'll probably grab Smiths on his way around this way, but then, yeah, it's a bit awkward to go back and do Purple Chest.
Well, you could just... Alright, here's what you can do. You can mirror in front of Thieves Town, flute to 7, drop off the chest, and then flute back to 3, and then go into Thieves Town. He's got all the devices to make it work. GFE will be the first one to the shovel that we picked up off the desert ledge. So, cool beans on that. What is it? What is it? It is not the flippers. Oh my god, the flippers are in Misery Mire. Well, cool. That is definitely no mode, yeah.
Why did you curse Meyer with having the flippers?
I didn't curse anything. I just said where they'd be.
Because otherwise, why would Ether come so early?
Ether, hookshot, what else? Mitts, flute.
So this will be interesting because Acmlm's Go mode will probably be Samaria. So he'll be kept out of TR while GFE will most likely have Flipper's Go mode, so he'll be kept out of Swamp.
For all we know, it may be Fire Rod.
Fire Rod could be interesting because then ACM might dive TR without a Fire Rod.
Yeah, we have a lot of places we can go before Turtle Rock. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-net. We're not sure if... Well, GFE has the Ice Rod, but we're not sure if it's necessary. We've seen a Trinex in Eastern Palace, but we don't know if there are any more of them.
And once again, apologies for the tracker just not updating. Sanders is doing a great job tracking. I can check stuff on the back end, and, it's updating there. It just won't update on the front end for some reason.
GFE is going to be getting a Master Sword here.
Chat pointing out that depending on the key layout in TR, we might not actually need Fire Rod for it. We might only need it for Skull Woods.
That is so incredibly unlikely, but yeah, possible. It would be really crazy if that were to happen. Like, that would be a very particular set of circumstances to facilitate that, when a Fire Rod is just chilling out in Sphere 1.
Now I'm wondering what GFE's plan is, because he grabbed the purple chest.
Yeah, so he's going to mirror in front of Thieves Town, flute to 7, and then turn it in, and then flute back.
Oh, and then flute back. Okay, yes, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I just never... That's one of those things that's become more popular lately. I've seen enough runners do it, and I still just never think about it myself.
Yeah. I mean, the Thieves Town, if you put a portal there, Thieves Town is just right on the other side of that flute 3 spot. It's pretty efficient.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna get this Quake. Now the question is, when does GFE head into Misery Mire? Because he's got pretty much everything else. It's gonna be a while, I think.
Right. I mean, he's got several clearable crystals. He's got Skullwood, Thieves Town,
Turtle Rock.
Turtle Rock, right? I guess at least when you're flippers from Go mode, you don't go into Ice Palace looking for flippers.
Correct. Or Swamp, for that matter.
And we've mostly cleared out... Well, you can't go into Swamp looking for flippers. You can go into Ice Palace looking for flippers. It's just out of logic.
Well, you can go into Swamp, sure. You just can't get very far.
Fair. Right, so I think for GFE, then, it'll come down to... Once he has to dive a pendant dungeon, what does he choose between Mire and Pod?
I'd say Pod. I'd say he goes to Pod first.
Probably.
Yeah. AC might find a sword in here, or maybe silvers. Those are about the only things that could help him in Thieves Town at all. Yo, hot take. I actually really hate this song.
Really? I like it.
Yeah, I liked it too, but then I started hearing it everywhere. I got real tired of it. It's not even the best song in Mega Man 2, fight me. I don't think GFE is committing to the back of Thieves Town here, which would work out for him, but may just be re-entering.
Sorry for the digression here, but I do need to take a moment to mourn the Boston Bruins.
Well, not a hockey fan, but I'm from New York, so
yeah, I know.
For me. Yeah.
But broke all records during the regular season, can't make it out of the first round of the playoffs, and in fact lost 2 overtime games at home.
It happens.
Winning either of them would have won the round.
The last time I was really invested in hockey was 1994, which really worked out well for me. Alright, so basically, right now, we know pretty much where everything is.
Right.
Yeah.
Either runner could find their Go mode, but neither of them is anywhere close to finding it.
I think... Honestly, I think Acmlm is closer. I think AC is more likely to check a Sphere 1 location than GFE is to go into a Pendant Mire.
He's also kept out of more places. He can't do the back of Skull Woods. He can't do ice.
Mm-hmm.
He could go into TR and hope that it's not Fire Rod locked, but it's also possible he just, gets rejected.
Do we know which crystals are red yet?
No, I don't think we do.
That could matter. Because if AC decides to do Pyramid Fairy, then that might be Hyrule Castle dip. And then he'll get the Fire Rod. And maybe the bow. Technically don't need the bow.
In the meantime, ACM is doing Left Side Swamp, which is something GFE definitely will not be doing.
That's right, yeah. So this is just a raw time giveaway for GFE right here. Unless there's like another sword or silvers here. I think Misery Mire is probably the worst place flippers could have been for GFE. Well, there you go.
Well, okay, that's a sword GFE isn't getting, so...
Quite the cliche, isn't it?
That's because Homemade Beer showed up in chat, so of course there's a sword in Swamp.
Shots? I guess the last question is, where are the silvers?
Oh, ACM.
Yeah, what is this arcane technology happening before me?
Yeah, I was gonna say, either he hasn't learned Bomb Diver Down or he doesn't feel comfortable with Bomb Diver Down in a race situation.
Alright, this fight isn't too terrible, but it's extremely annoying.
Well, and with the ways the Armos Knights can bounce around with those spikes in the way.
Yeah, and they phase through the walls and stuff. Look, it's the wrong blue thing. I do want to know where the other bow is. I'm pretty sure ACM can mimic clip, but it's pretty obnoxious to do in GT. You can do it. Take some time, but you can do it. The hype NPC has a name, Sandrace, by the way.
He does?
He does.
What's his name?
It's Johnny Two Bombs.
That's a new one for me.
Really? I've been calling him Johnny Two Bombs for like 5 years.
Oh yeah, Vanilla Argus here, except without his water because they changed the floor in Boss Miser. Ooh, Ice Rod strats on Argus because it's better than using a fighter sword, that's for sure.
Or Master Sword. It's green.
So, we'll see here from GFE whether Turtle Rock is Fire Rod locked.
This makes a lot more sense to do than to go into Pendant Misery Mire.
And the other question, of course, is where is the fourth sword, or are we going to see some Master Sword Ganon fights?
AC's gonna check out the red crystals for us, so this is this may be good. Oh, he's got them! He's got them both!
We don't even know what they were, we just know that he has them.
I'm assuming one of them was Swamp. I mean, we don't know. But this is potentially really good. ACMLM anyway. For GFE, it kind of sucks.
Yeah. And Turtle Rock is Fire Rod locked with that big key there.
Okay. Well, let's see what AC decides to do. It's the wrong red thing for him. Not gonna find very much in here. Maybe some silvers, vanilla silvers. Well, it's arrows adjacent. He's got the mirror ready. There he goes. Okay. This will be go mode for AC.
Yeah, so that'll give him full go mode ice, full go mode TR, not that go mode TR is very great, and able to do the back of swamp. GFE will be getting his 5th crystal here in TR, but then he needs those flippers, and it'll really come down to... Oh, by the way, ACM will not be in go mode. He still hasn't gotten Samaria.
Maria's in Fight Cave, that's right.
So, at this point, ACM could easily wind up doing Samaria-less Ice Palace.
Oh, yeah.
Which takes some extra time.
Okay. Alright. I forgot all about that. Yeah, he's still looking for us. He's gonna find a bow, which may actually push him into pod. Ooh. Oh, this race got super interesting. Again.
Yeah. Right. ACM needs to go to Spike Cave. GFE needs to go to Pendant Mire. Which one happens first?
I don't know. They're both singular, annoying locations. Let's see. Now with the fire rod.
Yeah, ACM has 4 crystals down. Desert. Hey, did that looked like he just grabbed silvers out of that chest. Did he get the bow somewhere?
No.
Okay, could be.
Yeah, if that were silvers,
color.
that the arrow icon would have changed color.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it looked like it had a silver arrow.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about the Samaria, right? AC has nothing up the mountain. Absolutely nothing. He just found the fire rod, sure, but can't get through Turtle Rock without that Samaria. And that's all that's left. It's just Turtle Rock and Spike Cave. So unless he firmly believes that Samaria is in Spike Cave, I don't see him going up there anytime soon. So
yeah.
We're gonna be here for a while, everybody.
Buckle in.
Yeah, this may be a respective last location for each person here.
Well, for GFE, it's really, what does he do after TR?
Right, this is the last thing up here. GFE still has... He's not going to look for an Ice Palace. Yeah, GFE is in a better position now. Because he has fewer places where the flippers can be. There's your Bombos, which doesn't really amount to very much.
Well, if you didn't have Fire Rod, except that you couldn't get back here without Fire Rod.
Yep. This seed is full of cliches, isn't it? Sword and Swamp, Rule of Fire, Eastern Palace Trinex. Do you think both runners go into Palace of Darkness before going to their respective places?
ACM almost certainly. I mean, he has the bow and the hammer and the lamp. It's completely in logic. And what is it? 8 checks? 7 checks?
And there's also Eastern Palace, which he hasn't touched yet. Oh god, a book.
Well, GFE probably checks Ether Tablet while he's up here.
Right, just add some more time to that clock, right? GFE did Zora, did he? Oh, it's an actual Trinex.
Hey, vanilla Trinex. Well, now we've seen both Trinaces, so we know there's no ice Trinex.
Kudos to you for proper usage of the plural.
Well, it sounds better than Trinexin, right?
Yeah, I guess. Because the plural form of what's it, the only other word I know that ends with an EX is vortex. And the plural
Vortices,
of
right.
vortices, yeah. So it would
Well, indices.
and this, yeah, it's true, yeah. It would track that, you know, Trinex would follow suit with that particular whatever you call it. I'm not an English major. I'm better at math. 3, 4, and 5. I mean, if you combine 2 Trinaces, you would probably get 1 Hexanex.
Okay, so now this is interesting. This is GFE's 5th crystal, and the last one he has in Logic. This will be Acmlm's 5th crystal, and while he has Ice Palace in Logic, no one likes going in there without Samaria. But for all he knows, Samaria can be in there.
Yeah. It's the right play, but it's the... Well, it's a good play, but it's not the right play.
Maybe this
Yeah.
these silvers are our
Berta.
final sword.
Oh, good, a
Oh!
mushroom.
Fetch quest! And ACM into our very weirdly behaved Armos Knights.
Here he goes, moonwalking right off the screen.
Lagorific.
The mice are so stupid.
Arrows going everywhere except into the Armos Knights.
I mean, you can do spike damage, right? This is like, okay, oh my god.
At least the arrows reach there. He takes them down.
Oh my, it's like watching a school play.
Oh wait, I just realized, did GFE do Thieves Town? He did, right?
Yes, he did. He just did not go to the back.
Okay.
So
He is checking ahead.
that's something he can return to. That's another thing he can check flippers for. Big money.
I mean, it would have been interesting if there had been a vanilla sword on Ped, and then it's like, well, I guess we're just going to be doing Master Sword here. Actually, given how long ACM's going to be hunting for Samaria, he might get the sword in Eastern.
Yeah. If at any point they go to pod. Did GFE not do this?
No, he didn't have the powder at the time. Because the powder was in Skull Woods, and when he came through here before, he hadn't been to Skull Woods yet.
It's worth $50. It's lavender flavored water is kind of. Oh, jeez, it's lime. Oh, oh, it
Wow.
hurts. Jeez, Maron.
What is that color?
I don't know. It's some mango limeade ice palace.
So GFE's gonna do Bombos Tablet. I wonder if being in this area will tempt him to do Mire.
It's not quite in the area, but
I know, you have to
I don't
flute,
know.
but
yeah.
you're sort of kinda in the area.
God, you have all of pod to do. Like, I don't know. We'll see.
Get ready for an IPBJ.
Look, another not the flippers. Mm-hmm. All right, is this pyramid? Is this pod, if this is pod, it would be 5, right? So
Right.
No, it's not pod yet.
So it's probably Pyramid.
Yeah.
Because he also doesn't know, and he's going to... Well, he doesn't have Swamp done, so...
May not be. Yeah, Swamp may have been that red one. I guess we'll find out momentarily. Nope, Swamp is not a red crystal. All right.
So it must have been Hera and Thieves then.
Skull
Or
Woods?
had ACMLM done
No, one Skull
Desert
Woods.
by that point? No, ACM hadn't done Skull Woods. The question is, could Desert be one of them?
I guess it's it's any combination of Thieves, Desert, Hera.
And I think that's it.
Yeah.
2 of those 3.
Hera was not. Okay.
Oh, okay. Our trackers. I guess we had a map and saw Hera at some point. Thank you, Sandris.
Probably be going to Catfish after this. So to recap, everyone might be a little late to the party here, we know where everything is. GFE is looking for the flippers, which are in the Misery Mire bridge chest. And ACMLM is looking for Canis Samaria, which is in Spike Cave.
Oh, GFE doing Graveyard Ledge.
Both runners have pretty much exhausted their respective locations that they need to get to. GFE having cleared out Mire Shed, Desert Palace, and the Checkerboard Cave. And ACLMM having done everything up on Death Mountain except for Turtle Rock and Spike Cave.
And yes, we apologize again. Ooh, there's the Bloomerang and ice. We apologize again for the tracker issues. It is working fine on the back end. For some reason, it is just not displaying on the front end.
But, we assure you they have pretty much every item except for the flippers on GFE side, Samaria on ACLMM side, and neither have Burna.
This is amazing. GFE kern jumping back to check Catfish.
I've done this before. It's great.
Hey, there's another bottle in ice.
Another not Samaria. But this is okay for AC. It kind of not looking for not gonna find a Samaria in here, but at the same time just advancing the game plan at least. While it's slower than doing it with the Red Cane, it's wow, really? Okay. Someone didn't get the memo. Someone didn't get the eviction notice here.
Geez, so that's 4 vanilla bosses we've seen so far?
Let's see, we had a Moldorm at Hera. We've had this at Ice Palace.
Trinex and Argus.
Trinex and Argus, yeah. Don't pretend like you've never done that.
Money's burning a hole in GFE's pocket.
Yeah. No, sir.
Okay, now he's gonna have to pick a pendant dungeon. I don't know what else he has.
Pretty sure that, yeah, it's got to be either Pod or Mire. Let's see. Is it 6 or is it 5? Oh, he's going to Thieves Town.
Oh, really? You're going for a few items in the back of Thieves over Pod or Mire?
Yeah,
That's just like...
Yeah, say what you will about Say what you will about GFE. The man is extremely thorough.
No, wait.
Wait,
if he were going to Thieves Town, he would have gone south. Where is he going?
He's done Skull Woods already, right?
Unless he never did the big chest. Because he got the big key in the middle, so this may be a one-off for the big chest.
There you go. Isn't this just going to be a small key?
I think so. No.
No, it's the last shield. Okay.
So he was correct that there was an item there.
Yeah. Now he goes to Thieves' Thumb, though. He's not mirroring and fluting. All right, AC is going to Pod, probably going to Eastern after this. The clock is ticking for GFE. Welcome back, my friends, to the race that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside.
I was trying to finish it for you, but I was blanking on the lyrics.
I've only committed the first line to memory. I think they're both going to last location these items here. It really depends on where GFE goes after this. And I think that it's going to be Pod.
Yeah, and ultimately, as this is going, ACM will be up a sword. So
Yes.
if we don't find silvers, that'll be... and if we don't find the fourth sword, that'll be a big difference.
So one more time, this even because the tracker is having a little trouble. GFE is looking for flippers, which is in the Misery Mire Bridge chest. Acmlm is looking for Cane of Samaria, located in Spike Cave. The problem with both of these things is that they have no reason to go back to either of those places, because AC just totally cleared that out. And GFE is only has Mire over there.
Now, the fortunate thing for GFE is Go Mode Ice and Go Mode Swamp are pretty quick. So, probably if GFE does Mire before Pod, he'll have the lead. If ACMLM does... or if GFE does Pod before Mire, that'll give ACMLM time, and he'll probably have the lead.
It's pretty much just... there's no way to call this one or the other yet. It's totally at the whims of whichever either of them go. Although, AC is really running out of stuff. He's gonna bottleneck to Spike Cave eventually.
Here's the fateful flute for GFE.
Right.
5 or 6?
5 or 6. 6.
Okay.
You got it. All right.
If you're rooting for GFE to get his first victory of this tournament, he's looking in good shape. And he'll be in and out pretty quickly, since Bridge Chest is usually the first thing you check.
Yeah, sorry, everybody. No toss. GFE has places to go. Flippers to find. Still no silvers. And that fourth sword is missing as well. And this is... okay, of course he goes to the wrong chest first. Because why not?
I mean, this is the guy who didn't do CAC until 20 minutes in.
True. Those were silvers. Okay. Silvers.
Oh, so ACM does have silvers because he got the wooden arrows in Mire. So I wasn't going crazy when he picked up the bow in Escape.
Nope, he definitely did that. But he just picked up silvers in Palace of Darkness, and that's go mode for GFE. That was the last piece of the puzzle. Probably not going to find another sword. AC is going to find another one in this dungeon. Maybe going all the way to Trinex in here as well.
I mean, yeah, except for the big key, all the chests have to have items here.
There we go. Looks like the tracker's just clicked in.
Yay!
Right.
Only took half an hour.
I'm-
Everything updates at once.
I'm like, oh boy, everything is so colorful all of a sudden. Hey, all right. Now that we're in go mode, of course. See if you're hitting that switch, because planning on not opening up any chests. Because you need the big key if you don't hit that. So I guess it's just gonna go forth with just Master Sword and no silvers.
He does have silvers, he just got them out of Meyer.
What? No, GFE.
Yeah. Oh, wait, so where were silvers?
In House of Darkness. In
Oh!
ACL,
Sorry, I totally misunderstood.
yeah. Now you're cool.
Brain.
Yeah, I imagine GFE feels really behind right now. There's the Tempered Sword for AC. Ironically, picking up the big key. That's adorable. That's helpful for him. I guess if you're gonna open up the stuff that's useless in Ice Palace, you may as well open up the stuff that's gonna help you. Boomerangs are not progressive. They both have a completely different function, so they're not leveled up like certain other items.
Yeah, you can switch between the two of them, in fact.
I think you can do the same for silvers.
Nice Tempered Sword Trinex fight for ACM. So now, GFE still has Go Mode Swamp. And then unless another sword shows up in GT, he's doing Master Sword Silverless.
Yeah, there's no reason to go to Pod. I'm not gonna get those silvers.
And he's not going to do Left Side Swamp for a Tempered Sword.
Oh, definitely not, no.
But while it'll take ACM longer, even if he goes straight to Spike Cave and then climbs the mountain again to do TR and barrels through TR, I mean, you still have to collect all the keys. The question is, will it be close enough that Tempered Silvers versus Master Silverless could make the difference?
Well, considering the fact that AC is going back into Pod for the last check on a Helmasaur or whatever the boss is in here.
Well,
Probably
that's
two, yeah, it's a
that's
moot
2.5 minutes down the drain.
Yeah. Yeah, GFE might actually be done with Swamp Palace by the time AC is finished with this boss.
And AC also didn't do the Meyer boss. And that's Green Pendant, so he could go back to Meyer for 2 items.
Not likely without Samaria.
Oh, duh.
Yeah.
I guess that's one thing that keeps him from there.
Pretty much. That's the it's nice. Let's see if GFE pulls a sword out again as tower. I think there has to be one in there. We've seen pretty much everything else unless Helmasaur or Vitreous has one.
Or Saha.
Or Sahasra, or whatever bosses are in these respective dungeons, and Meyer boss and Pod boss. Okay, are you happy now?
Much happier.
Okay, good. Ooh.
Though, hey, we haven't seen a Helma yet, so it could be Vanilla Helma, right? We haven't seen a Vitreous yet, could be Vanilla Vitreous.
It's true, we've seen a lot of vanilla bosses.
We haven't actually seen a Landmo yet, have we?
That's probably vanilla too. In GT, anyway. Oh, look.
Fifth vanilla boss.
For real, right? Is this even randomized? How much vanilla stuff was in this seed anyway? Moon Pearl was one of those things. A sword off of the smith was another. Oh my god, it is there. Okay. Well, how likely was that?
Well
okay.
then, GFE is doing Master Sword Silverless then.
Sheesh. Two scoops. Two scoops. Okay, scoop the same one twice. It's not two scoops. That's two scoops. Ooh, that was two scoops in motion. Imagine the 80-minute old man. Yeah, this could be. This is leading to Spike Cave. I think this is all I have left then for AC. That was the last crystal for GFE, so unfortunately ACM is out of time. God, you guys are so fast with that, you know? Alright, now's about the time where we're headed into Ganon's Tower, and we like to play the Where is the Big Key guessing game. I see everybody is already guessing. I didn't even say we were playing the game yet.
Okay, sorry, I was trying to get a prediction up and make it interesting.
Okay.
So you can gamble your hard-earned SpeedGaming 2 channel points here, too.
Imagine putting off Hera Basement. You don't have your Go Mode item, and then you do Hera Basement.
Oh, boy, right.
And then it's not your Go Mode item.
He'll do Spike Cave next. This is definitely going to be too little too late.
Yeah. We'll have to get through all of Turtle Rock.
And even with Butter Sword and Silvers, you know, there's only so much time you can make up.
Yeah. Like if GFE didn't have red mail, the climb might be a little iffy. No one's saving quit. Oh, thank goodness.
Okay.
I'm like, don't do that, please. Okay, he's fine. All right.
Get your predictions in. We'll be closing it when GFE enters the tower.
What you got?
Oh, I always like the bottom left chest in Rando Room, which is either 10 or 14, depending.
Top left chest in Compass Room.
Ooh.
Alright, GFE is inside Spike Cave, about to get Canis Amaria. I think this is a hard last location for him.
And Bob lives. And yeah. So that's ACM's Go Mode, a solid 10 minutes after GFE.
Yeah. Interesting that GFE would choose this method in Mick Boss, but I think it's having already seen 2 Trinices and 1 Armos already probably doesn't need to worry about whatever this boss is on the ice level. If he decides to go full right here, anyway. Does have a fairy in a bottle, too, so probably not all that worried about survival here.
Yeah, I mean, apart from weaponry, he has a great safety loadout.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it wasn't your top right in compass room.
It's at top left.
Oh.
Right, well,
Oh, you were going for the vanilla compass chest, as it were.
Yes. Nope, no full right. What was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Next one is 12?
Yep.
Okay.
Because that's the whole thing about Dark Magician. It gives you 11 chests guaranteed really quickly. And then it starts taking longer.
I am really bad at counting this. See that? This is why arguments about which is the better boomerang are silly. 13. Will admit, I saw the TR big key on ACM side, and I got a little juked. I'm like, oh, there it is. Wait.
We knew it was there.
Yeah, we did. There it is, number 14.
I told you what chest it would be in.
Did you say bottom left?
I did say bottom left.
I hate random rushers. Well, I still called the flippers. Mine was better.
That's true.
Sure, GFE. Don't tell GFE I said that, okay?
And no one actually guessed 14, so I guess we'll give it to Nustria, who guessed 15.
No. Nobody wins.
You're one of those people, I see.
Nobody wins. Everybody is wrong. Except for you. You were oddly correct.
I specified the chest. I didn't even talk about numbers. I said it would be either 10 or 14, depending on routing. Though I guess with Rando Rush, you could get an 8.
Trossie wins. Everybody else loses. No prizes distributed. Thank you. Okay, fine. Somebody wins. Sheesh. Look, I didn't win either, okay? See me complaining?
You won the Flippers guessing game, as we already discussed.
I did, but nobody but me was playing. I guess GFE was playing too, wasn't he?
Yes, you beat him to it.
I did.
You even beat ACMLM to it, as ACMLM gets his bombos, which we have very little use for.
This is also true. What is it? What we got? It's gonna be Lammo, isn't it? Oh, look, it's a Helmosaur. You're a floor below, aren't you? Slow motion bomb spread. GFE is losing bombs in top of the gauntlet, taking a bit long here, getting the mask done. Needs to be really careful about his health right now.
He's got blue goo and a fairy. I don't know why you wouldn't
so
just...
fast.
I don't know why you're not just using bow and arrows there. Anyway, we got another prediction in chat. This will be interesting because we've now seen 2 Helmas and 2 Moldorms, so there are only 3 possibilities for Moldorm 2 platform.
It's gonna be a Mothula, and it's gonna be anticlimactic, okay? It's gonna be you! What are you doing here?
Yeah, we haven't seen Moth or Vidi yet, and there's no reason it can't be a second Cold Stare either.
No, like Mothula on Moldorm 2 was like the Joey Bishop of Boss Shuffle.
Oh, actually, my bad. It can't be a second Cold Stare because we've seen all 3 dupes, so it can't be a dupe. So don't vote for Cold Stare. If you did, sorry, you just wasted your points.
Right, that's Trinex down for AC, but GFE is already well ascended up on the climb here. I was wondering if that was going to be a clutch refill. Fishing for another sword we'll never get. Nice refill. Oh, look, it's Mothula. Everybody boo. Boo!
What do you know? There was a late surge of votes towards Mothula.
Vitreous is indeed vanilla and just chilling in mire. So another vanilla boss. How many is that? 7?
At least 6. Well, no, Vitreous could be in Ice Armos.
Can it?
We never saw the Ice Armos boss.
I have never seen Vitreous there.
Vitreous can be there. Landmos could be hiding out in Mire. We never saw Landmos either.
God, I hope I never see Vitreous in that spot. I'd rather see Trinex. I know how to handle that. Well, this Aga 2 is not it. Oh, that was nice, though.
That was a double, at least. I don't think it counted as a triple.
No, that was definitely double. I think I saw one go. That was a triple.
Well, finishing well is always good.
Yes.
And Acmlm is doing the Hope left routing, so he will get the big key as his 10th check.
As GFE drops into Ganon, or rather floats down gently into Ganon and then drops down into Ganon. Oh, that's the good real estate, but we're gonna get another trident toss.
Oof. Now, not such good real estate. I mean, we do have the cape, and we do still have a blue goo, don't we?
Yeah, we also have a fairy in a bottle. I don't think GFE's gonna be that conservative with magic. And,
yeah, half magic is, you know, a pretty good place to be, and there's ACM's GT Big Key.
It has 2 small keys, so... Well, this is gonna have to be one really long Ganon fight for ACM to catch up.
I mean, can we say 24 spins in Phase 4?
Only if we can count like we do on Sesame Street.
I'm not counting to 24 like Count Von Count.
That is his full name. Not a lot of people realize that. Yeah.
Okay, GFE learns about Pendant Pod having the goods, because Pendant Pod.
Alright, here we go. Set the counter. Not number 1. There you go. 2. 3. Alright. Oh, careful. Use your potion. All right, so the way this works, by the way, is that when you shoot the torch, after Ganon is done teleporting, he'll phase in flashing like he does for about like half a second or so. That amount of time that Ganon flashes for is fixed. So he will flash for that much time regardless of when you shoot the torch. So if you actually shoot the torch before the flashes even happen, there's a chance that you can spin and miss entirely.
We've got to be into the teens by now.
Yeah, I did stop counting to put that factoid out there.
But GFE looking good.
It'll get done when it gets done. There it is.
Okay, get your GGs in for GFE, who will be winning his first game of this tournament to go to 1-2 in the group.
There you go, GFE crossing the threshold and finishing with the official time 1:30:30 in first place.
And ACM with his butter sword and silvers is just gonna finish this out. Should be pretty quick. And we are joined by our winner, GFE. GG.
Yay, thanks for the GGs.
Did you like all the vanilla bosses? It was almost not even Boss Miser.
Yeah, a little boring, except for the very first boss I find when I can kill every other boss in the game.
Yeah, right?
That's alright though, that saved me time.
And hey, then Ice Rod was in Hype Cave, so you didn't have to go on an Ice Rod hunt?
No, I just had to go on a flippers hunt for, like, ever.
Yeah, we were watching half the game. You were on a Flippers hunt, and Acmlm was on a Samaria hunt.
I mean, like, a lot of my routing was based on the fact that I figured he didn't get Samaria. That's actually the whole reason I went to Skullwood's Big Chest and back at Thebes before dipping another pendant.
Well, I don't quite follow that.
Well, like, I figure if he finds Flippers somewhere, it's going to at least cost him time, full clearance swamp, and the rest. And it's like, if he's not getting that Samaria, I could see him doing back of Thebes Town early on because it's MC Shuffle. And, you know, there's 3 items back there.
Yeah. And he did full clear swamp. That's how he got one of his swords, left side swamp.
Yeah, shout outs to all the other weaponry not being along my way.
By the way, before we go on, I want to really shout out that really just absolutely amazing Agatu that AC just pulled off. Those were terrible patterns, and
those patterns were awful.
Yeah, that was a triple double, I believe.
Yeah, he got well. One of them was a blue ball, but he got minimal cycle.
Yeah, you're always happy when you can get a triple double, and this is going to be a fast Ganon fight.
No, we had to climb GT.
Ha ha. But yes, not every day you see one runner do Ganon on Butter Sword Silvers and the other do Master Sword Silverless.
Yeah, at least I filled up on blue pots early on.
Yes, that certainly is nice when you can use the cape in Phase 2.
Oh man. At least this seems like it was interesting.
It certainly was. It certainly was.
It would have turned out very different if I'd chosen pod, but that green pendant in my ear is what pulled me there first.
Yeah. Lots of opportunities for Divergent, obviously.
Yeah. Another part of it was I knew if I went to pod and I didn't find it in the dungeon, like the top part of the dungeon, that I was basically forced to go ahead and do the boss and do Eastern boss before going to Mire.
Up until then, nothing was really working out for you there. But those flippers were pretty nasty from your point of view there.
And get your GGs in for ACMLM.
GG's.
So at the end of the day, less than a 4-minute difference as ACM crosses at 1:34.21.
Also, shout outs to that Triforce text. It was about a week late and a
I
race
didn't
short.
catch
Sorry, not sorry for that ice rod.
Oh.
Which was my last race versus Gilgamesh.
Yeah, this ice rod was fine.
Yeah. Also, shout outs to the fact that this is the second race I've kind of done a CAC skip, and it's the second time Flute was just sitting in CAC.
Yeah, I was thinking that would probably frustrate you seeing that flute right
Yep.
there.
Second time. If I go to CAC, Flute's never there. Like maybe 5% of the time. But no, if I skip CAC, Flute, Boots, something's gonna be there. Shout outs to Bunny Boots.
Yeah. I mean, that was
That was
just
fun.
just the vanilla moon pearl sitting over there as you're gonna get that one way or the other.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
nice.
I was kind of disappointed, and then when I got Kane, not disappointed there. So
Yeah, that did kind of help you lead to the cane, didn't it? Because you didn't have to go back over in that direction.
yeah, that was part of what I had in mind. Was I'll go ahead and get Spiral out of the way, just Super Bunny back up, and then if Moon Pearl's in here, I'll go back and do Hookshot Cave, and then I can do Spike Cave too. But to be honest, I was just expecting Moon Pearl was going to be sitting in Desert or Checkerboard.
Yeah, there were a lot of really weird locations for items in this. Obviously, the Spike Cave having Samaria, and then the Flippers and Meyer for whatever reason, and all the just the cavalcade of Sphere 1 important things, kind of just throwing the logic just completely out the window. Just, hey, here's all the stuff. Go pick a direction.
Yeah, it was a little crazy having the ability to kill all but Trinex after just doing Sank, Lost Woods, and Front of Escape.
Yeah, that kind of makes for an uncomfortable scene, which is exactly kind of what happened here to you. Like, there was so much open to you pretty much right away that by the time you were looking for flippers, you had so many places to go. The only thing is that fortunately, Swamp Palace and Ice Palace are just dead to you for that reason. Yeah,
exactly.
You don't need to look in either of those places for those flippers. Versus, ACMLM was looking for Samaria, but clearing dungeons that you were unable to clear, looking for it as well. So kind of some weird parody happening there. It's just basically boiled down to who made the decision to go to the right place first, and that ended up being you.
Yeah, like, I mean, you look at it and both are saving time one way or another. Like, I'm not having to full clear Swamp and Ice, even though he did get a sword out of left side Swamp.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, he's not even having to climb back up the mountain for TR because there's no reason to. You can't get in.
Yeah.
And, so there's time sinks. And he did get to at least avoid going to Viddy and Meyer. So, not as slow. I don't know if he ended up having to do cutscene there or not.
Oh yeah, he did pretty much cleared Meyer as best he could.
Yeah, minus the boss since he didn't have Samaria.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he's not joining us because I don't think that's
a setup where, it could have been a small key in cutscene. Very uncommon, but feels good though. I really needed this win.
Yeah, you're on the board after a couple of heartbreakers the first week.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a must win if you got it. Yeah.
Lost my first one to Pendant, like me going to Pendant Pod and finding 3 unique items, none of which were important. And then lost my second to an awful Ice Rod hunt. And yeah, just doesn't feel good. But
I imagine this one didn't feel good either.
It got a little nerve-wracking, but to be honest, like, I didn't feel bad about any of my decisions. I kind of wish that Swamp or Ice had been the other 5-6, because then I probably don't go for the Pyramid, Graveyard Ledge, Catfish, and Zora. I'd probably go back to Meyer before that, but Pyramid Fairy just pushed me to it.
Well, you were
I
already
also
on that
wish
direction.
I wish the book hadn't have been in TR.
Yeah, we
For the
were amused when
mushroom?
that showed
Yeah,
up on Laser Bridge.
Yeah. I'm like, every time something popped up, I just add more time to this clock. You know?
Yeah, I mean, you got to follow it. You
Yeah.
have to. And you got to check ped, because, like, at that point I checked it. Like, there's so much open if it's ped. You
Yeah.
just
There's
save a lot of time.
There is no need for a bow in this seed. Period.
For most people. I can't
Uh,
mimic it, so.
Yeah.
Right, assuming you can mimic clip on the climb.
Yeah.
Where was the bow and pod? I'm curious.
Harmless Hellway, I think.
Was it bow locked?
I don't recall. If it's in Harmless Hellway, that's 6 keys. So yeah, it's bowlocked, isn't it?
Most
No, if there's one or zero small keys on the right side, since you can't get to the basement without the bow, to the boss, that is, you need one fewer key.
Okay, that's
So it's only
yeah.
behind 5 smalls at that point. So if there's only one small key bow locked, then Harmless Hellway isn't bow locked.
I mean, I just need a meme in the seed, and that would count. So didn't get to see our ice boss today. Probably Vitreous. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I guess y'all didn't see Meyer boss either. So
No,
probably
we're
Viddy's
assuming,
probably just in Meyer.
Yeah, we're assuming. Well, I think it's more likely that it's Landmo in Meyer and then Vitreous on the ice, because I don't. Cause, yeah,
those were the only 2 things we didn't see, and we never saw Viddy or Landmo.
Yeah, so one of those 2 is Landmo, the other one's Vitreous. I'm not sure which one.
With how many vanilla bosses we had, I'm sure it was just in
Yeah,
Meyer.
there was a vanilla Helma
Correct.
too.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, such a dumb game. The only fight I felt bad about was that Trinex in where was that? Where did I fight Trinex? Swamp? No.
Turtle Rock,
Swamp
Eastern
was vanilla.
Palace. Trinex was in Eastern and
Desert.
In
It was
Desert?
Desert, wasn't it?
No, Trinex was in Turtle Rock and Eastern Palace.
Trinex was not. Wait. Was Trinex in TR?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I felt bad about that because, like, you get the fast spawn, and like I got sound effects. Like gotten a hammer hit 3 times, but only 2 had counted. So then after that, things just got a little off rails more than they should have.
Yeah, the next extend faster in enemy shuffle modes.
I guess the Helma in Memo 2 was also nasty because Master Sword and all the lag makes trying to get the hammer hits in bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. Just watching the fight in slow motion.
That's what it is. That's that fight in a nutshell.
We also have Acmlm in chat, if you have any questions for him. I guess GFE, you and he got to chat plenty in the race room, so...
Yeah, we kind of talked out there.
You both got bottle percent.
Who needs bottles, right? Except when you're on Master Sword Silverless.
Right. Then you probably need a bottle.
I mean,
Doesn't hurt.
yeah, half magic I could have done without it, but it definitely made the fight a lot faster.
Yeah. You want to take those hits so you can get it over with much sooner, especially in a race like this with high stakes.
Red mail helps.
It did. We were never concerned about your health in any way, shape,
No,
or form.
not in this one.
Fairy in a bottle. You decide another blue. You got another red there. All good. So that was fun to watch. Watching 2 people chase the respective items we had full knowledge of, but neither of y'all did. Those are particularly nasty. I don't know if I could have done any better on this. Probably not. Almost. I did call the flippers though. I did say, "Oh yeah, flippers are going to be in Meyer."
Thanks for that.
Yeah, right. Why are you even thanking me? I didn't put him there. Said where they were going to be. See, I knew you'd be mad. Drosy was supposed to stop me. He didn't.
Drosy was also supposed to roll me an Ambrosia or Fad Keys.
You just asked for no standard boots or open heart.
Yeah, you're right. I'll give you that. But I already had this one.
I also correctly called the big key location in GT, by the way.
Totally did that. Absolutely.
You should have put it in Compass Room.
Right? Wait, which chest? Which chest? Which one?
Second chest.
Which is what? Bottom right?
Bottom right, yeah.
Okay, all right, fine.
TJ really wanted top left.
Top left.
I don't want the pits to spawn. No pits.
But TJ was the one who called flippers in Meyer.
I did.
So you can blame him for that.
I already did.
Call it a feeling. You can blame me for nothing. I didn't roll it. I didn't roll this. I didn't place it. Just call it how I see it.
Can I blame you for the book?
Fine, sure. Oh, go ahead. Whatever makes you happy.
You know what was behind the book, right?
The mushroom.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, good. Don't worry, I said it, okay?
I mean, you gotta have some fetch quests to go with your fetch quest.
You know, it didn't even click at the time.
Well, guys,
yeah,
I'm going to get ready to head out here.
I was going to ask, you know, now that you've faced each of your other group members once, do you have any other races scheduled?
Let me see real quick. I pinged Gilgamesh right before saying we were on for 9 p.m. tomorrow. Looks like he said yes. So
okay.
9 p.m. tomorrow, I'll be doing my second against Gilgamesh. Really need that win. This group is like no joke. When I saw it drawn, I was like, you know, some of these names are a little less known to the current community, like ACMLM's like from ages ago, but awesome runner. He's been back in ladder a lot more recently. And then Gilgamesh, I feel like he's underrated. Like he's a really good runner.
Yeah, Gilgamesh is definitely a sleeper.
Yeah,
he'll bust you up.
And then J-Jo, like, why were you in 4th quartile? Like, please. So yeah, this group's a beast. I could see this going like 3-3 across the board, and then have some nasty tiebreaker race.
that would be a fun 4-way tiebreaker race.
Yeah, this group has been a lot of fun to watch. I've done commentary for this is my 3rd race watching Group U, doing commentary for it. And I've had a good time watching every single one.
Yeah,
I mean, Gilgamesh, your homework assignment is to split with everyone in your group.
He needs to work a little harder on that. I think he's like 2-0. I didn't see the match today. I don't know what he is now. He's either 2-1 or 3-0. But yeah, a lot of fun. I'll go ahead and thank you guys for the commentary. Look forward to watching this one back, because I'm sure the divergence made it very interesting, even if you did know where everything was. And thanks to our tracker, Sandres, and everybody else that helps put these on. Like, it's a lot of fun, and hopefully I can get a couple more wins, push into brackets.
Well, good luck to you. Good luck to ACMLM. I'm sure you guys will both rack up a few wins in this group. As we were saying, this is going to be a tight group, and honestly, a 4-way tie is not out of the question.
That would be amazing. I'm calling dibs on the tiebreaker, by the way, right now. I'm calling dibs and doing commentary for the tiebreaker. Right?
Y'all are making me look up how J-Jo and Gilgamesh's race went now. I gotta know.
Gilgamesh said in chat that he split with J-Jo, so...
Oh, yep. Well, there we go. We're heading toward that 3-3 already.
There you go.
Yeah, I think last year we had that one 3-way tiebreaker, but other than that, it was only some 2-way ties that needed to be broken. But yes, remaining on the schedule tonight, we do have a nightcap in just over an hour. Telethar and Maniacal will be going at it here on Speed Gaming 2. I haven't looked up their records yet, but that is another really strong group. So you definitely want to check out that match. Act the Boker and Dr. Bob Tastic on comms, so that should be quite some comms too.
Oh boy. You know, I've always wanted to do comms with Act the Poker. I've never had the chance to. One day.
So yeah, thanks again to our runners. Do give them a follow. I'm certainly excited to see what they do and what the rest of their group does here and who winds up advancing. Big props to Sandris for putting up with, the tracker basically eating all of your inputs on the front end, even though they were coming in fine on the back end. So thank you for your patience with that. And yeah, I think that'll do it. Be sure to come back here in an hour for that later race. And TJ, I'll leave you the final word.
Yeah, no problem. Well, this is a really good day. Really cool races all off the bat. This is the beginning of the second week of this tournament, and if it's any good as the first week, this is gonna be really, really crazy. These races have been amazing. There are so many of them. I've had so much fun watching all of it. This is probably my favorite tournament I've ever been a part of on either side, either a player, an observer, a commentator. Just great. There's a lot of races coming. We got a lot more still coming on the way. I got my own races to do. It's crazy. It's mayhem. It's tournament season. It's fantastic. Hope to see you guys out there in the chats, on the streams, watching, getting stuff done, checking all of the racers out. Give GFE and Acmlm a follow. Fantastic people, good runners. We had a great match today, and I hope that next time we have even more fun than this one. Everybody have a great night, and I'll see you out there. Have a good one.